All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Firestone Walker Brewing Company, and they're headquartered in Paso Robles, California, and this is their Sunglider. So they're calling this one a golden lager, and on their website they refer to this one as a Helles-style lager that comes in at 5% alcohol by volume, 16 IBUs at the time of review. This can is just under 1 month old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to Firestone Walker, more specifically Sean from Firestone Walker, for this beer. So big thanks to them. Over the past 3 or 4 months now, Firestone Walker has been sending me some beers to check out, and this is the latest beer they sent my way. They sent me an entire 4-pack, and from what I gather, quickly check their website and like Untapped and Instagram, it looks like this was brewed for Earth Day. It makes sense because on the label here it says locally grown, locally brewed, sustainably made, and on the side here they have little spiels, very small text that I can barely read. It says locally grown grain, brewed with solar power, every drop counts, clean air and blue skies, and minimizing waste. So that's awesome. A Helles style lager, like I love me some German style Helles lagers, and I'm looking forward to this one. I want to give a shout out also to Joe over at Joe's Arcade. He's the only other guy that I saw review this one before I'm reviewing it now. I did not watch it, but I did see his Untapped check, and he gave it a 4.25 out of 5, so I know he enjoyed it. So I'm hoping I do as well. We're going to pour into the hashtag proper glassware. Not really proper as far as like the glass shape goes, but it's a Firestone Walker glass, so it's definitely proper glassware. So again, Helles style lager. I love Helles style lagers. I'm going to try to give it a aggressive pour here. Spilled a little bit on the table, so I don't know. I could maybe because I'm going a little bit more aggressive, but usually I use my big dimpled mug for a lot of these lagers nowadays. But you know, we got Firestone Walker here, and I got a Firestone Walker glass. Not fucking around, okay? Not fucking around. Anyway, how does that look? Well, in the hashtag proper glassware, that looks fucking great. Look at that. Beauty. Absolutely beauty. Crystal clear. You can see my hand through the other side. Has that beautiful golden yellow color. About a finger of a bright white soap sudsy looking head. Plays the role for a Helles lager. If you want to look at how the beer looks just without the logos and shit, there you go. Looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, exactly what I'd want if I'm drinking a Helles lager or a golden lager as they call it. Oh, yeah. So for a while now, how the fuck did I just spill beer? What am I doing? That was terrible. What just happened was terrible. Why would Firestone Walker send me beer after seeing shit like that? Anyway, to go back to what I was going to say before I spilled a little beer like an idiot, I love Helles lagers. When I started really getting into like craft lagers and like proper lagers, Helles jumped to the top of the list for me. I just love the fact that it has such a vibrant, complex breadiness from the malt. It's sourdough bread for days. And that's exactly what this is. A little bit of like a lemony kind of zest. Maybe some lemongrass. A little bit of that like red apple core. Maybe like I would say more like a pear maybe as well. A little bit of lager funk. A nice grassy herbaceousness from the hops. Smells like a proper Helles. Like usually when I can tell a Helles is proper is again that complex sourdough bread note that just like jumps out of the glass. Not only the liquid jump out of the glass because I'm an idiot, but also the aromatics are. Smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Should I say Prost? I drink fucking 7,000 pints of this. Oh, the finish is so great. It's fucking delicious. What do you want from me? And you know, again, I mentioned this in the other reviews. I didn't say it in this review yet. Obviously, Firestone Walker sending me the beer. It does not play a role in what I ultimately say about this beer because I always give you guys my honest thoughts. And if Firestone Walker tomorrow stopped sending me beers because like I gave an honest review and I didn't like them, I'd still buy their stuff. Like I like their beer for the most part. There's been some misses. One of those, Cosmic Crusher out of their Mind Haze variety pack. Tasted like one of those Voodoo Ranger juice beers or force beers or whatever you want to call them where they're natural flavors. They saw that honest review. Guess what? Still sending me shit because they want honest feedback, which is cool. And the honest feedback on this one is it's fucking great. Like this is a great Helles lager from an American brewery, like a beer brewed in America of the Helles variety. Like I'm gonna fucking hammer this out. I'm glad I have 3 other cans. Body's medium, 5%, a little bit bigger than anticipated. The mouthfeel, nice and crisp, moderate carbonation, still smooth going down the second half of the palate. Very clean. This is an exceptionally clean beer. Super refreshing. Like, you can see how much I'm drinking of this one already. I'll dock it points for not having the head stick around, but look, swirl right back up. Got a finger ahead. Beauty. Front to back on the taste is an omnipresent, I'll say it again, sourdough bread. Hits me at the tip of the tongue, dives underneath the palate, hits me on the back of the palate. It's in there throughout the palate, but really is very boisterous and like bold at the front of the palate and then on the back. In the middle of the palate, lots of, like I'm getting like zesty lemon, lemon peel, but also like a lemongrass specifically, like those, because it has like that lemongrass kind of vibe to it. Again, underlying red apple, but closer to the core, so it's not like super sweet. A little bit of like a white pear. What else is going on? Maybe a touch of other nondescript citrus, like maybe like an orange zest. Back of the palate, it has this slightly spicy, grassy, herbaceous finish. Finish is firmly dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. Very well balanced. It keeps everything in check because it does have a lot of sweet, malty goodness first half to 3/4 of the palate like that. It's like a sweeter sourdough bread, some of that red apple. It just has a little bit more sweetness from the malt character, but man, does it balance out in the second half of the palate. Going in for another sip. This is tasty. This is real tasty shit. And it's not shit when I just said it's tasty shit. It's delicious. Like, this is delicious Helles lager. You know, listen, I like the Schillings and the Human Robots and the Suarez's and the fucking Goldfingers and all the like brewery, the lager only breweries that are kicking out beers of this quality out there. But a lot of them are very expensive. Jack's Abbey too, although Jack's Abbey's not expensive, but a lot of them are very expensive, harder to get. Firestone Walker, bigger regional into somewhat national brewery. We do see their stuff here in New York State. They're in California. This, as far as and this is, I'm not saying this beer specifically, but Firestone Walker is a shelfie brewery. This is probably a bit harder to get, probably at the brewery, maybe not going to make huge distro, maybe throughout California, who knows. They can brew fucking fantastic stuff because Firestone Walker is a world-class brewery, in my opinion. Their barrel-aged game, can't fuck with it. Their old-school IPAs, can't fuck with them. This is a beer that falls in line with the quality I expect out of them in something that's from them is 16 fluid ounce can, because they're still 12 fluid ounces for the most part. It's a great fucking Helles lager. 5% alcohol by volume. You can't tell by volume, or I said by bottom. If I said by bottom, too much of this in one single review. I'm fucking lightweight. What do you want from me? No, but in all honesty, this is delicious, and I'm. This is great. It's great. I'm loving it. I can't wait to share a couple of the cans with other local folks, just to say, hey, you know, Firestone Walker is doing the Mine Haze variety pack, and you know, you see there's stuff on the shelf, and you maybe don't pick it up anymore for whatever reason. Listen, Union Jack's still fantastic. Pivo Pils still fantastic. This beer also fantastic. So I didn't anticipate this one, even after the first sip, but as I drink this one, I just want to fucking hammer it back. And I've already drank like half the can. So Firestone Walker's Sunglider Golden Lager, Helles style lager, low 4.5, 4.4. Like I said, Joe gave this a 4.25, and I didn't think I would go higher than him, but here we are going higher than him as far as the rating is concerned. 4.4 out of 5, low 4.5 all day long. Fucking great job. Brewed for Earth Day, and all the cool shit about it. If the text wasn't like super, Sunglider is brewed with Paso Robles, California grain, shortening our supply chain. I guess I can read these. And this is brewed with solar. Our on-site solar array saves $1,200 metric tons of emissions each year. Every drop counts. Our brewing process conserves more than 40 million gallons of water annually. That's pretty cool. clean air and blue skies. Our CO2 receptors system offsets our 4 million pounds of emissions each year, okay? And minimizing waste. We feed more than 20 million pounds of spent grain to local livestock annually. See, shit like that's cool. So I would even give this a higher rating because it's an Earth Day beer and, you know, they're trying to think of the environment and the earth. Anyway, price by availability, I have fucking no idea. They sent it to me. I would pay upwards of $16 a 4-pack, although it'd be the higher end for me. But I would hope this is more in the $12 to $14 range. If I could get that for like $3.50 a can all day, every day in availability, I have no idea. Once again, they sent it to me. I have not seen it here in the Buffalo, New York area, but maybe it's one of those weird beers that makes it to different distribution points. Their Wandering Dawn, which was brewed for their annual beer fest, I didn't think that would make it out of California. It showed up here. And then when I told Sean's like, I had no idea how that showed up in New York. Me either, Sean. So same thing with this one. I have no idea. If not, like I said, I'm going to share at least a couple cans with some local folks. So once again, huge thanks to Firestone Walker for this beer. Honestly, I don't go into reviews of preconceived notions, but this has surpassed any expectations I had for it. And if you're in California, you can get your hands on this beer and you like lagers, and more specifically Helles lagers, check this one out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I'm going to go drink the rest of this. Like I said, 5%, you really can't tell. If you've had this beer before, please post in the comment section. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.